We need to have tissues in our bags next year. That was an amazing exercise. A quick sponsor spotlight on Runway Co-work. As Amy said, she campuses there. It's an awesome place to meet. If you haven't had an opportunity to tour over there, please check out this co-work space. It's an awesome opportunity for professionals to connect, grow, and be inspired. There's lots of really neat flexible desk options. That was the thing that really popped out at me, both at their Beechwood and downtown Athens locations. As Amy shared, it starts at $225 a month. There's designated workspaces, furnished workspaces, conference rooms, there's phone booths. It's just a really great spot. The Beechwood location, which is their newest one, offers 4 conference rooms. They all have screens and the ability to broadcast in multiple ways. They have those soundproof phone booths, just like back in the day. So you can take these like private conversations off to the side and nobody will have a clue what you're talking about. You can host small events there. In your bag today, you're going to find a free day pass for Runway Co-work. So dig around in your awesome bags today. Check out all the different things our sponsors have shared, but check out that day pass. If you need a place to host a small event or gathering, Jennifer or Emily, or who you want to speak with at Runway Co-work, they'll be super pumped to talk with you. I want to give a quick shout out to some of our product sponsors. My dear friend, Mr. Ron Carson in the back will be photographing you and doing videography. If you want a really cool Instagram follow, please check out Mr. Ron Carson. Thank you for being here today, Ron. We also have our beautiful balloon arch by Party by Me. Get your photos over there and tag the event on social. Y'all wish I didn't need readers, but I do. Jenny's Custom Embroidery. You'll see the marketing folders. High Tea Bake Shop. I heard there's some cookies. I haven't found those. Y'all let me know when you do. Status Life with Lita. Lita provided the centerpieces. Kelly Vonk will have you looking beautiful over at Mary Kay over here. Rachel Juiced is doing event photography. And Lauren Harrell Design did the beautiful reusable bags. Next up, I want to welcome my dear friend Chanda Santana. This stage is about to quake with a beautiful woman and a beautiful story. Chanda is a transformative leader and the founder of Divas Who Win, and most recently, the Joy Impact Group. She has nearly 2 decades in addiction recovery and mental health. She has single-handedly redefined her life, her generations, her own leadership. You will hear nothing but joy and resilience from this amazing woman. You'll also learn what radical self-care looks like. In 2018, Chanda founded Divas Who Win Freedom Center. If you haven't seen it on Hawthorne, please drive by. Just walk in, introduce yourself, and check them out. They support women overcoming addiction, sex work, trafficking. A dynamic speaker and consultant, Chanda's work empowers leaders to integrate joy. Joy is the word she uses with the women that she works with. Joy is a strategic tool for sustainable success. A mother of 6, her personal journey, which I think you'll learn more about today, fuels her mission to foster innovation and unity. Chanda's talk today, Joy Unshaken, Triumph Through Hardship, will lead you inspired and reflecting on your joy in your own life. Chanda believes joy is a tool for reclamation and our own birthright. Thank you for that. If you are left wanting to hear more from Chanda after today, I promise you can get her to your next stage. Just ask her. She's been chosen as one of the TEDx 2025 speakers. Congratulations. Oh, we got to go see you. Morton Theater. Morton Theater in March. You'll shake another stage. She will take the stage on March 28th, downtown Athens. Be sure to check her out. Also, there's one quick call to action. She did not ask me to do this, but Joy Fest is coming up. Joy is her word. Joy Fest is a huge Christmas celebration for all the women that they serve over at Divas Who Win. If every woman in this room bought 1 ticket, we could mobilize thousands of dollars in support. If you can't buy a ticket, you could drop off gifts. But supporting other women, particularly those women who are facing the trials and hardships publicly that are being served by Divas, would be one of the very best ways that we can not only give back, but give to ourselves. Chanda, come shake this stage.
"'Twas the night before freedom. 'Twas the night before freedom, and all through the street, not a diva was stirring, tired from battles they meet. The weight of the past clung tight to their minds, but a spark lit the night, a vision redefined. With fire in her soul and a fierce, steady heart, one woman rose up, determined to start. She called on the weary, the silenced, the lost, and built a safe haven, no matter the cost. Divas who win, she claimed to the night, will rise from the ashes, claim back their own light. Each sister a story, sung proud and so clear. Each step a rebellion, dismantling fear. They came carrying scars, pain etched in their bones, but left holding power, reclaiming their own. Freedom was calling. Together they'd rise, defying the darkness, rewriting their lives. 'Twas the night before freedom, and now they all stand. A sisterhood rising, unchained by their hands. From struggle to triumph, fierce and unseen. This is the journey of divas redeemed. So I am Chanda Santana, as Sarah has given such a gracious introduction. I am the founder of Divas Who Win Freedom Center, and the mission has been shared with you all already. I don't know how much I can stand right there, but the vision of Divas is simply we create safe spaces that dismantle stigma and restore dignity to women who are overcoming substance use disorders, sexual exploitation, and sex trafficking survivors. And we accomplish that work as peers, woman to woman, sharing our stories. So my personal journey is defined almost in decade segments, with 8 at this point in time. So 28 years ago, I walked out of the sex industry. I landed there through trauma. 18 years ago, I checked myself into a rehab. That was a hard thing that took place. I wrote that on my list, completed that program, and I've had sustainable recovery for 18 years. And then almost 8 years ago, in 2025, my beautiful 17-year-old daughter was trafficked and rescued almost 8 years ago. So with all 3 parts of our lived experience, my family's lived experience, came about this amazing organization called Divas Who Win. So for me, Divas became a container of joy about 7 years ago. And what we do at Divas is trade hardship for healing. It's about more than just pain relief in Divas. You know, when we think deeply about trauma, we think about if we can just make the pain stop. When we face hard things in life, we just want the pain to stop. But I come to inspire you ladies in the room today that there's more after that pain. There's joy that is, as Sarah said, our birthright. So I want to invite you into that space this morning. The women who come to Divas, they are driven by this desire to find joy. So I want to share with you a little bit about 2 women that are connected to our mission, and both of those women work for Divas. And so if y'all are, this is the Divas right here, like this table right here are our Divas, and I'll keep their anonymity. But one woman, her hardship and her pain was her addiction. It was the fact that she spent time in prison. And once she was released from prison, 42 felonies later, that was the pain. But as she went after her birthright, that was her joy. She is now trusted with the keys to Divas. She is trusted with the code to my home. We added her to the bank account earlier this year. I was able to take a mental health sabbatical and leave the agency in her lap. And so that is the trade-off. That is unshaken joy, the life that she lives today. Another woman who's dear to my heart became a mom at the age of 14 to a set of twins in a way in which I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But I've watched God use that situation in her life and develop her into the woman that she is today. When she showed up at Divas, she at that time had 4 children. Shortly thereafter, her mother passed away. So we as a team have watched her in the last 3 years almost navigate life, take care of a home that's paid off, figure out the taxes, Uber her way to work every day. And so the pain is that first part, but the unshaken joy is what she was able to do with that pain through partnership with other women and with this community here in Athens. So that's just a little tidbit of the work that we do at Divas. So I'm curious, I know some of the hardships that I'm talking about right now feel like really, really hard, and maybe many in the room can't identify, but by show of hands, has anyone encountered something hard in the last 30 days? By show of hands, it's something hard. And some of us, something really, really hard. It may be a divorce, it may be the loss of a parent, it may be a sick child, it may be loss of employment. I'm not sure what it is, but when I think about unshaken joy, Merriam-Webster says unshaken is defined as not weakened. It is firm and it is fixed. So as you all think about your own personal joy, I want to galvanize this energy around what am I looking at now and where am I going? Because here's the deal. Duality can be hardship and joy. Can we hold both things at the same time? You know, there's moments where you're going to spend a season in the hardship. It is so difficult to reach for that joy. But for me, it became a personal mantra that because of the hardships that I've listed, I was determined to find joy because I believe that it's actually a rebellion. And so there's 150 business women in this room, so a little birdie told me that some of us were difficult for our parents during those teen years. Because it's that kind of drive and that tenaciousness that we overcome and we get the thing done. So think about joy in that way. Make it a rebellion. Make it a purpose to turn away from that hardship, that trauma, and look towards where you're going today. So I want to talk about one of the anchors of our business at Divas Who Win, and Sarah has already propped up the football for me to punt now. Thank you. Joy Fest. So another part of that story is, yes, I'm a mama of 6 children. I have 6 children on earth and 4 I'll meet in heaven one day. But 20 years ago, when my baby was 2 and my oldest was 13, I traveled to Athens, Georgia with a $5 bill in my pocket, and I checked into Project Safe. And if anyone knows that mission, you know why I was there. And began rebuilding my life. And there was so much generosity in this community towards my family. I'm a poor woman. I'm a woman full of my own trauma that I haven't quite worked out yet, but I'm determined to hold on to these babies. And so I needed a lot of help. And you know, it's Christmas season. There are many mothers here in this room. And I literally would look for agencies that would help support Christmas. You know, you can't tell a child that Santa's not coming this year. And so I go to these various agencies and get bags full of toys. I didn't get to choose the toys, but I was grateful to have them. So I had this idea in mind to create joy for women and allow women to step outside of their reality into a magical Christmas celebration that transforms and heals through the power of generosity. And so Joy Fest was born. We started off with 30 moms. This was 7.5 years ago. Well, no, 6.5. We're coming up on the 7th year here. We started off with 30 moms and 30 toys and a $300 budget. And this year, our board met last night, And we have a budget over 17,150 moms, and 600 toys is what we are trying to galvanize through the community. So imagine with me, mothers. There's one or two. I saw Lori Curtis's text earlier. She's somewhere here. But there's a few people who've attended Joy Fest in the past. And this is one of the hardest times for mothers, because we are, remember, trading hardship for healing. And so here are moms who may have lost custody temporarily around their children. They are paying their way through rehab costs at $10 an hour jobs. And they, just like you all, want to be good mamas. They want things around their tree. So we get to celebrate together at Joy Fest with makeup booths and hairstyling and massages and guest speakers and amazing venue and food this year. So we want to make that happen, because I remember a Christmas that I was in rehab. And I remember what that felt like, not buying toys, feeling so ashamed of myself because why am I at rehab and not at home with my children? But it's that unshaken joy that I think I'll chase to the end of my days. So what are our next steps here? There are two very tangible things that I'm going to ask of you. The first is to support Joy Fest. It happens on December 7th. You can do that through sponsoring a table or, there's my help. Sponsoring a table, sponsoring a woman, showing up in some way. Another ask that I have, we are trying to hit a certain number on our board of directors. And as a board member said yesterday, there's a room full of business women that might connect with your mission. So that could be another way. Here's the next ask. I want you to schedule some joy. I literally want you to find a joy buddy at your table before the end of this amazing event and get it on your calendar. I don't know what brings you joy. And sometimes when we're so in the thick of life, we lose sight of what brings us joy because it's hustle, 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 you know? So I invite you to schedule joy on your workbook, on your Lion Leadership notebook, whatever the case may be. And so this last piece is going to require all of us as I close. If everyone would stand with me. And we are going to close, I am going to close this off the way I started, but just with one mantra. And if you all will repeat after me, it's one kind of long sentence. 'Twas the night after freedom.
'Twas the night after freedom.
Together we fight.
Together we fight.
Unshaken and free.
Unshaken and free.
With joy as our birthright.
With joy as our birthright.
Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.
Thank you, Chanda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Divas team. Please, Joy Fest, come see the ladies. Get signed up. All right, next up is the Dr. Fresk. Dr. Fresk, are you ready? I'm ready. All right, this woman.